Hello, Beauty News family. Welcome to Beauty News. This is the 6th of September edition.
Spring has sprung in Australia.
Spring has sprung in Australia. Excited. The weather is beautiful, only for a couple of more days, then we get a bit of a shit shoot, but we go back up again. That is what spring in Australia is like. Can you believe that it is September? No. I don't even know where the year went.
Good. It can go. It's been a boring year.
I'm offended. Slow the fuck down, okay? Just slow your roll, 2019. You're freaking me out.
Fair.
Now, before we get into beauty news, we want to welcome back one of our favourite sponsors, Himalaya. This week's episode of Beauty News is brought to you by Himalaya Podcast app. Whether you're a podcaster or a fan, Himalaya is designed with you in mind and has a ton of cool features like curated, shareable playlists and collections made just for you, along with personalized recommendations to help with content discovery. And the best part is, it's super easy to use. It's quickly become our favorite listening app and we're sure it'll be yours too. So do yourself a favor, download Himalaya today and be sure to follow Beauty News once you're there. So thank you to Himalaya for continuing to sponsor our Beauty News. We love the support. It is fantastic. We do need to talk about a podcast this month. And the one that we were thinking about talking about is called Freakonomics
Radio.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good one. I haven't listened to every episode, but they sort of just go through sort of general knowledge stuff.
Yeah.
Like a good example is when they talk about like the history of bananas, like how it became one of the most popular fruits.
Yeah.
And then they also had like how supermarkets affected the Cold War.
Yeah. How the supermarket helped America win the Cold War.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So I do recommend that one if you like just general facts, and I like listening to something and then go, I've learned something new.
Yeah.
And if I go to trivia, maybe one of those questions might come up. Probably
I love that. Yeah, but that's what trivia is all about. Like the weird random stuff that you wouldn't...
Hopefully, if I listen to all of Freakonomics Radio, I'll at least get one thing right.
One thing.
Maybe.
Yeah. All right, let's get into some updates of things that we've talked about in the past but have popped up in the last week before we get into the new juicy makeup news.
Correct.
It's not very juicy.
It's not very juicy. This week's pretty boring. Just putting it out there.
it's a snooze fest. Get comfy.
Yes.
And if you fall asleep, make sure you start watching from the start.
Yes. Replay. Okay, the first update is from Give Me Glow Cosmetics. We talked about their Vintage Rose collection like 6 weeks ago and then said, hang on, we're not updating this shit. We're not seeing the little dribbles of like the pans that are being revealed.
Not every damn week.
No, it's too much. So we have seen that it's launched and it contains an eyeshadow palette that has 8 pans. It's $36 and there's 5 shades of liquid lipsticks, which are $13.25 each. Or you can buy them in bundles. So the eyeshadow palette and liquid lipsticks, you can get it for $92 or just the liquid lipsticks for $59. Now, a lot of people are digging this. I understand why. Yeah. It's not personally my cup of tea, but I do really think that this represents Vintage Rose really well. And a few people did mention that it's probably one of the first times that the packaging actually reflects what's inside.
Fair.
So you have a nice mix of mattes and shimmers. It looks like 4 of each. You have like a soft pink, darker sort of leaf green, a burgundy, and like a peachy pink sort of matte. And then you have sort of shimmers that go alongside those. But it is a pretty palette if you like this colour story. Personally, and I'm going to say I like the sort of colours individually, and I do see I like the middle quad.
Yeah.
I don't make pinks and greens work very well on me together.
I just don't. I'm so over pink eyeshadow.
Yeah.
I rarely wear green. I like green, but I rarely wear it.
But I think when I do wear it, it looks better with golds and bronzes, not pinks. So this one is a skip for me.
Yeah,
but a lot of people are keen on it.
Juvia's Place. So we talked about the Warrior 3 palette. We saw the artwork of the palette, and now we have seen what it looks like and swatches.
Yeah, and it's available.
It is available now. So there are 7 mattes and 2 shimmers. There's a green, yellow, red, orange, purple, pink, and then 3 blues.
They look very similar.
Yes.
I don't know why brands do that. They have like a nice spacing of colours and they're like blue, 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 blue.
Blue.
And it's weird though. Okay, I'm going to say what probably gets me out of this, like what annoys me the most about this, is that the only two shimmers in there are blue.
Yeah.
Now, if you're a person like me, and I know that there are a lot of people like me and a lot of people that aren't like me, which is totally fine. I like to start with shimmer all over the lid, and then I sort of like build the colour story and build a dimension with mattes. If I had this palette, you've got just blue all over the lid in every single goddamn look, and then you can just change the crease.
Yeah.
Like, that really frustrates me. I don't think this is a well thought out palette at all.
This one's not for me. No. I don't need it.
No.
And I don't really want it. But we've seen, while we're talking about Juvia's Place, this is actually new, but we've seen a sneak peek of the artwork of the next palette, which is the Nomad by Juvia's.
Yeah.
I love the artwork on this. I love it so much. I want that hat.
It's so peculiar. I just think, like, I think this artwork, yes, it's striking and it's cool and I get why you love it. It's just so strange to me. Like, it just seems so...
I don't know. I reckon...
Like, the hat's massive, her head's tiny, and they've got things that...
the neck is so skinny.
And then it looks like... I just associate the background as being corn.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why. I think it's like holographic corn. It's like a glamorous farmer. It's just... I don't know.
Maybe that's what the palette's going to be like.
There's something about it that just... I don't know. I like it. I do get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But I just also find it like... I also don't get it at the same time.
Based off seeing the Warrior 3 artwork and what's inside, I'm very curious about what's in the Nomad.
It looks like it's going to be browns and greens and yellows.
I feel like it could be a really cool colour story. So
I agree.
We'll update you on that one when we've seen it. I've got a hair right up my nose.
A story of my life. Story of my life. The cat life.
The cat life.
All right, quick update with the Urban Decay powder that we talked about last week. So it's the ultimate brush of translucent loose setting powder.
There we go.
That's a mouthful, and it comes in 5 shades. They're saying it's exclusively available at Ulta.
Okay, cool.
So that's why we haven't seen much about it. We did see that it was available last week, and there is a video playing on the screen. It does have a weird brush in the lid, which we suspected. Neither do I.
Mate, they had them when I was a kid. And they were shit then.
Yeah. I don't think they're better now. Yeah.
Not even.
All right, new stuff. So let's start. The new news that has been revealed in the last week.
From Becca, we have, oh, good God, I just can't even. A champagne pop face and eye palette.
Yeah. Pop goes the glow champagne pop face and eye palette.
Pop goes the glow champagne pop face and eye palette.
That's pretty much how I read
it. That's it.
That's pretty much how I read it.
It needed to be in all caps and lowercase lettering. So this is available now for Ulta Beauty Platinum members, and it launches online for everyone on the 15th of September.
Like, they're going to get a rush. Clearly. Some people are going to bang down the doors for this fucking
they'll be lining up overnight
and eye palette.
Like iPhones.
Yeah.
So it contains a champagne pop highlighter and eyeshadow, a pink cream highlighter, blush and eyeshadow, truffle highlighter, blush and eyeshadow, caramel bronze, blush and eyeshadow, and berry blush and eyeshadow. Oh, God.
So they're pretty much saying these are powder products that are eye and face safe. So you can use them wherever the frick you want, which is pretty much most powders, especially most blushes and highlighters.
My God.
Yeah, it's something. All right, we've got a new palette from Ciate London. This is the Trend Edit 9-piece palette for £22. So create sculpted matte and sparkling shimmer eyes with this versatile warm tone palette. They're saying its highly pigmented shadows create both classic and playful day to night looks.
It's very necessary wearable brown.
Yeah.
Which I don't hate. I actually think it's a pretty palette.
It's quite rosy and there's some taupes in there. I don't mind the colours, but knowing what happened with the last palette...
I'm sorry, Ciate. Like, I really enjoy Ciate as a brand. They do a lot of things that, like, tick a lot of boxes for me in terms of colour story, quality as well, and also the funness of, like, the sort of inner childlike funness without being kids' makeup.
That's true.
Makeup. So
I do agree with
I
that.
really like Ciate. don't get me wrong, but I don't trust Ciate anymore. I'm really sorry. But that Jessica Rabbit collection was so absurdly bad that I'm like, you burnt me, and I'm just I'm not there with you at the moment. For now, we're on a break.
Yeah, it's like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And
That's
I feel like this might be a shame me twice thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, cool concept and nice. And I really like that middle shade.
Yeah,
and the sparkles
so do
look
I.
nice.
And you know what really disappoints me? I know Ciate can do nice eyeshadows. They have done nice eyeshadows. But if you are not consistent with all of your releases, people are going to not forget.
And nor should they. Because
exactly.
those, they're not cheap products. And
no,
if you buy something and they're, like, virtually unusable, it's hard to bring people back from that.
That's right. And also I look at collections like the Ciate Jessica Rabbit one, and I go, a lot of people who are going to be buying this are buying this for nostalgic reasons. Mm-hmm. So it comes back to, like, you know, emotional feelings is the reason why they're buying it. Mm-hmm. And if you, like, taint that, it's not good.
Yeah, whereas it was a good opportunity to prove themselves as having good products, hey guys, and then they didn't do it.
Look at our standout formula of everything that we've created, and that's going to suck people in, because people are going to go, well, I've never tried Ciate, but I love Jessica Rabbit, so I'm going to buy it. Oh my God, the quality is amazing. Suddenly you've got a new customer for life.
Yeah, exactly right.
We have like 60 million things from Colourpop.
Yeah, and they're all Ulta exclusive.
They are. So let's start with the Truly Madly Deeply Pressed Powder Palette.
Which, can I just say, all I think about is Savage Garden.
Yes, I know. I saw so many people being like, I love Savage Garden, I'm going to buy this. And I was like, I don't even think they know who Savage Garden is.
No, Colourpop probably don't. Colourpop probably don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is available now. It's retailing for $23 at Ulta. And it is a 16-pan palette with mattes, shimmers, metallics, and glitters.
I do like the colour story in this.
I really like the colour story as well. I think it's beautiful.
But I think also going into fall, this is really smart.
Very appropriate for the US market.
Just starting spring, I'm like, I probably wouldn't use this for quite a number of months, but this would make beautiful fall looks.
Yeah.
It's a shame that it's Ulta exclusive, isn't it?
It is, because I would buy this.
But a lot of people are saying with this one and the next collection we're talking about as well, there's a lot of double ups from past palettes. So before you do buy this, if you have a big collection of Colourpop palettes, have a look at the names.
Yeah, I think Pretty Cruel is from one of the...
I think Blossom, Sweet Dreams. I think there's a few that sort of come up as double ups.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
And let's be completely honest. It's not a revolutionary palette.
No,
if
obviously.
you've got a significant collection, you could probably dupe it.
Absolutely.
So, that's fair.
The next one that you could definitely dupe as well is the Colourpop X's and O's palette. So once again, this is a little bit of a mini collection. So there is a 12-pan palette. It's mainly rosy colours, browns, nudes, and then there's also 2 ultra blotted lips and 2 ultra glossy lips. So these are all Ulta exclusive and available now as well.
Excellent. From Dior, we have some Ultra Care lipsticks and Rouge Dior Ultra Care liquids. So the Rouge Dior Ultra Care are the bullet style lipsticks. It's coming in 21 shades. They're retailing for $38 and they offer a soft colour with a luminous pearly matte finish.
Pearly matte?
Yes. It's infused with flower oil and it's supposed to be up to 12-hour wear, which is interesting.
The swatches actually look really nice.
They do.
Like the lip swatches.
Yeah.
It makes the lips look really healthy.
It does. Then there's the Ultra Care Liquid. These are $38 each and they come in 25 shades. They're calling it a range of soft colours with matte and satiny finishes. Again, these are meant to offer up to 12 hours of wear.
It looks like there's about 3 nudes, 20 pinks, and 2 berries.
I know.
Not pinks, reds.
Yeah,
it's
a very red heavy collection on both sides.
Yeah, it's weird, but there you go.
I love how they've got that little white CD.
Yeah, the little sort of moisturising part.
I love that. Looks great.
All right, from Farmacy Beauty, they've added to their Very Cherry range with the Very Cherry Clean Melt Away Cleansing Balm. So we did talk about this brand a couple of weeks ago. Was it a serum?
Yeah, I think it was.
Something like that. But this cleansing balm sounds interesting. It's now available on the Farmacy Beauty website for $34. It's a pink cherry-scented limited edition version of their Green Clean Cleansing Balm. Oh, I'm interested. So it's a balm to oil formula that smells like summer.
Yum.
Yum, I'll take one.
I don't
even think we can access this brand in Australia, but...
No. Looks good. Want to eat it. From Farsali, we have the Unicorn Antioxidant Lip Mask. Good God. So, it says, dip your lips into an enchanting wave of antioxidant moisture. It contains goji berry, acai, vitamin C, blueberry, and elderberry. Interesting. So it's $20 and it's coming soon to Farsali.
Yeah, and you can use it as a mask or as a prep for lip colour. This is only going to be $20. I want to say lip masks generally aren't cheap, and this one I was expecting to be expensive. I would actually try this if it will come to Australia eventually. I think whenever people see this mentioned, a lot of people complain about the unicorn thing, like that, saying that's so 2016.
Yeah.
It is, but this is like a sister product to their unicorn drops that did come out back then. So they are sort of flogging a dead unicorn.
Yeah.
But it works with their range, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It fits with their line.
Yeah, I would try that. All right, Fourth Ray Beauty have released a couple of new things. Firstly, we've got the coconut face milk. So they're just adding... Their face milks must be popular, or they just might like making different coloured ones.
I need to try these.
So this contains coconut milk, coconut oil, marshmallow root, and aloe. A lot of people aren't liking the coconut oil.
Fair.
Which would be me as well, because
it
does clog skin and cause breakouts.
I reckon it would smell nice. I would like the scent of it, but I don't think I'd be able to use it on my face. You go on my body.
Yeah, I actually can't handle coconut. It makes me feel sick. So I'll definitely pass on this. But it's $14 and available now, along with, and this angers me. This is probably the thing that enrages me most this week. So I apologise in advance if this is particularly shitty. They've released an Opal facial roller. So they had the rose quartz one. And it's got little ridges, which I think is a smart idea because it like massages better than just a smooth. But they say that it's made of real opal.
I don't believe it.
It can't be. Firstly, it doesn't look like real opal.
Like, it's got some of the fire colours in it, but I've got to tell you this about opal, right? It's in Australia. We got a lot of it. And it's not super expensive, but it's not cheap. And what are they selling this for?
So I think this is $20.
Now,
I did find an auction site that is selling opals.
Yeah.
And you can get opals fairly cheap. Yeah. But as in like $79.
Yeah.
Then there's some that are like $200.
Exactly.
But also, isn't opals like they're porous? You're not supposed to keep them near moisture?
I think so, yeah. I think actually that is correct.
So if you're actually using an opal roller, which would probably cost you closer to $1,000...
for the size of the... Even if the handle was just real opal, like, you're talking minimum hundreds of dollars of a precious stone.
Yeah, and then you probably can't even use it for very long because the serums that you're rolling into it will actually degrade the opal.
I do not believe this.
Yeah, that's what I've sort of said, like, are they fucking high?
Maybe they have like a cheap man-made opal or something like that.
But then they can't call it real opal.
I don't know, like, I don't believe that.
Made from real opal. That must be the shittest opal known to man. It looks like plastic.
So we have a little thing here from Popvinyl. They're getting into cosmetics.
Yeah, it must show how big the cosmetics industry is.
Yeah. So it looks like they've started with like a Disney collection. They've got like Ursula, Maleficent, Cruella de Vil, and the Evil Queen from Snow White. And the collections include a bronzer, lip gloss, highlighter, eyeshadow, eyeliner, blush, and makeup brushes. But the photos that we have here are only showing, I'm assuming, eyeliner, lip gloss, and some palettes. I don't know how I feel about this.
I think for me it's leaning towards I don't like it.
Yeah. It's just...
It's children's makeup. I do know a lot of people are collectors of these pop vinyl toys, so maybe if you're into that and you're also into makeup, your worlds have combined and you're like, this is fantastic. Yeah. But otherwise, I just see this as being makeup that you get in the children's aisle. I don't like this trend. I understand that, you know, like you're saying with Ciate, it's great to have a bit of fun and a bit of nostalgia and whatever thrown into your makeup to bring you the feels, but when it's literally an excuse to make toys, it's taken it too far in my opinion. It's just trash makeup.
But I think this is what's ruining the makeup industry.
Yeah.
It's just brands going, oh, money, money, money.
Yeah, I can make that too.
Exactly.
And make a quick buck.
And I feel like when this happens, it really cheapens and throws a lot of disrespect into a makeup lover's face because often it's not actually done well. Like, I feel like they're probably going to be putting in more work into the packaging and not so much the quality of the products.
Yeah,
and
that's fair.
Don't we want our makeup to be usable and beautiful quality and make us feel good about the user experience and wearing it and the way it looks on our face, rather than being like, oh, I just spent $40 on this thing and the quality is shit.
But it goes next to my collection of toys. Well, you know, I just think it's not, like, I'm not down with it.
I'm not down with it either. But if you do love this kind of thing, then it's there for you.
That's true.
And I really hope the quality is amazing and you get to enjoy it.
True. All right, Iconic London have launched the Seamless Concealer. So it's a unique, dreamy silk texture that creates a totally believable finish for up-close confidence. The shades adapt to your skin to diffuse dark circles and camouflage redness and blemishes. Now available £22 on Iconic London's website. So it comes in 12 shades, 45 Australian dollars.
Oh, God.
Iconic London's not cheap, though.
No.
Have you seen them? They're in Maya, and they have, like, liquid highlighters, and they're, like, $70 or something. I'm like, whoa. But I have heard people say good things about their products. It's just one that I haven't delved into because not enough people talk about them, and their price tag is just that little bit high. Yeah. The entry level is not the best.
They priced me out of wanting to try it for myself.
Yeah, I agree.
So then, you know, and like you said, not many people really talk about them, so you don't see people raving about them
and recommending specific things to
try.
try.
So it doesn't go on your radar. You're not like, oh, maybe that's worth trying.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, but I think the description of the concealer sounds really nice. Yeah, it sounds really nice.
Melt.
Yeah.
So we have a couple of things.
It's a new collection.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's a Radioactive collection.
Okay, cool.
So what they've pretty much done is taken away their Radioactive stack, which has been around for years. It's a stack of 4 eyeshadows in neon shades. They discontinued that a little while ago, and they were doing that clearly to make room for this new palette. So the main thing is the palette. It's a Radioactive palette. It contains the 4 shades in the stack. So if you've already got those, you'll be disappointed in this, and 4 new shades. So we've got like a shimmery teal, a dark matte teal, and 2 purples, 1 deep, 1 lighter. $48. We're not sure yet when it's launching, but it is launching very, very soon, as in probably by the time this video is up, it would have launched. Along with that, there are 2 blush highlighters that they call blush lights. So there's one called Ultraviolet, which is 3, like they have like a split pan with 3 shades. One's a shimmery purple, one's a shimmery bright pink, and one is a darker purple. So you can either, use it as a highlighter or blush. The second shade of the blush light is Gamma Ray, which has a beautiful iridescent red, a neon sort of shimmery orange, and what looks like a white that might shift pink or peach. So that one I think is a little bit more traditional in the sense that you can see the highlighter and the blush. But yeah, that's fairly interesting. And then there's 2 liquid lipsticks. So there's one called Superheat and one called Atomic. So we have a bright pink with blue particles. So it sort of is like a neon pink with a sort of blue shift to it. Then the shade Atomic is a velvety pigmented purple that also has a blue shift. This one I think looks fucking rad. And I think the colour that she has in her eyes, that dark purple from the palette, I think this looks really cool. So they're really injecting more neon into their collections. Okay, so just to recap, the palette's $48, the blush lights are $22 each, and the liquid lipsticks are $19 each, or you can get the bundle for $99. We don't yet have a date. There's part of me that sort of wants the palette, but I also think that it's such a bad move in like incorporating the stack into it, because so many people bought that stack. It's like, once again, like we say this time and time again, and people sometimes don't understand where we're coming from, but if you're an avid fan of a particular brand and you've bought everything from their like collection or most of their things, and then they re-release it, it makes it really hard. Like,
it's hard to justify buying an 8-pan palette for 4 shades.
Yeah, exactly right.
All right, Menagerie. We have a sneak peek of a new palette. It's going to be called Killer Purr. And on the front, it has like an African
savannah.
Like the
plains.
And there is a lion with a lion cub, some elephants, and a giraffe. So we'll let you know what it looks like
when we know.
I
think it's coming out in fall.
Okay.
All right, Natasha Denona have shown 2 things that are coming out soon, and I think they might be holiday related. Yeah, they are. So right now as we're filming, they're revealing this tomorrow, which is frustrating. But we've got the Glow Gold, which looks like a face palette, mini palette. And then there's also the Mini Gold palette. So this is one of their mini eyeshadow palettes. They generally take the inspiration from their large palettes, this one being the gold palette, and they sort of condense it down to a smaller palette. But these are going to be revealed tomorrow, so hopefully you'll see them on the screen, but we'll have to update you next week.
Excellent.
More holiday. This
is from NYX. So they're calling it the Love Lust Disco. So it consists of Love Lust Disco eyeshadow palettes in 3 colour stories: grey and silver, brown and gold, red and brown. Then there is the cheek palette, highlighter palette, and a glitter vault, which is great. Then there's the eyeshadow and face palette, which contains greens, blues, brick shades, khaki, purples and pinks. They have the Slip Tease lip lacquer vault. There's a disco body oil and a disco liquid liner in 3 shades. You've got black, feminine rose, and cool silver. There's also the disco lipsticks in 6 shades. You've got pink, gold, beige, red, purple, and a bright red. Then we have the body illuminating puff, the mini vault, and 2 advent calendars, a 12-day and a 24-day.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out that with the lipsticks, there's different finishes. There's ones with sparkle and pearl, some that are matte, and that some might be, looks like metallic.
Yeah.
I don't know. All I have to say about this collection, mind you, brands bring out their biggest, strongest collection at holiday, generally, not always. And I look at this, and the saying just keeps going around my head: if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Yeah.
There is nothing I like about this.
I'm going to say that this launches in November, but the advent calendars are launching in October. Good riddance.
Yeah, it is bland town. All right, Ofra have released a new collaboration. So they're doing these sort of influencer collaborations, and this time it's with Madison Miller. So it's their largest collab collection to date. Wow. So filled with all new shades.
Oh,
hooray!
Good. That's
finally.
Awesome.
So they've got the Miller Quad Midi Palette, $35. So this has 2 highlighters, a champagne rose gold and an icy rose, as well as a dusty pink nude blush. They also have the highlighter, $35 in Moondance, which is pearl with champagne undertones. There's also one called Sea Shimmer, which is a true rose gold. They always look like their existing popular ones.
They do.
like Rodeo Drive and
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're different according to this. They've got the long-lasting liquid lipstick. It's $20 and it's called Oh My Riri or Rai Rai, and it's a neutral mauve pink. There's also a lip gloss, $15, 2 shades. There's Smiley for Riley, so it must be Oh My Rai Rai, and Sugar Cup. So one's a sheer shimmer with a hint of peach, and one's a pink lavender with golden shimmer. And then there's 2 blushes, $29. One is Sweet Stuff, which is a dusty pink nude. The other one is All You Need Is Love. I can't say that to save my... All You Need Is Love. It's a terracotta peach, and they're all available now at Opal Cosmetics.
Excellent. From Pat McGrath, we have 2 new eyeshadow palettes. So these are curated collections of 5 luxe shades to unlock the secrets of Pat McGrath's backstage kit in a sleek, compact, on-the-go palette. They're calling it a hybrid cream-infused powder formulation, which is interesting. So the palettes are the Eye Ecstasy palettes, and they come in 2 colour varieties. You've got Sublime, which contains a platinum gold metallic, a deep brown matte with gold sparkle, a gleaming golden bronze metallic, fiery bronze duochrome, and a brilliant bronze metallic. And then we have Subversive, which contains a multi-dimensional turquoise metallic, a deepened burgundy sheen, a metallic 25 karat gold, sparkling purple metallic, and a rebellious ruby metallic. These are available now for early access at Sephora. They might have launched properly
Possibly.
by the time this goes up. $28 each.
Yeah, see, this, when I first saw someone open this in PR, I actually thought these were like not real, because they sort of look chunky
Not
and
like
fake.
Pat.
And yeah, like I know Pat McGrath always puts in a lot of money and effort into packaging, and this didn't look quite like it. Like it looks more like it now in the marketing photos. Some people's pet peeves tend to be the wasted space in this, and I have to agree with that.
Yeah.
If they made them as just a tad longer, they could have made them so much thinner. But I'm gonna silver lining. This is a great way for people to test out Pat McGrath formula for under $30.
Yeah.
Because the other palettes are all in like the hundreds.
Yeah.
And
You're paying for packaging.
you're
with
paying
those
for
palettes.
you're paying for packaging a lot. I feel like this is Pat McGrath sort of acknowledging that, like, okay, a lot of people, when I hear people justify the prices, they say it's makeup artist makeup. And it's actually not, because the packaging is so hefty that no makeup artist will take that on set with them. It's actually consumer makeup that they're making sound like it's higher end and makeup artists, so it's worth the price tag. I think this is a great way for people to test out the formula without having to spend heaps of money. And then if you do really like the formula, you can start upgrading to the bigger palettes. But I think this is, in my head, Pat McGrath admitting defeat and saying, okay, we are trying to cater to the consumer.
I think I agree with you, because the issue with like these really super high-end brands and these price tags that are just sort of unobtainable for so many people, eventually the shine wears off. And, you know, when you're sitting there with $500, or if you live in Australia, $200 Pat McGrath palettes, you start to go, wait,
I want my money back.
why did I spend $1,000 on these?
Yeah, and a lot of people have all her palettes.
Yeah.
Which is thousands of dollars in Australia.
And I think at the end of the day, you do start to come to your senses. I know I did. Glad I did. I would still buy Pat McGrath things, but I wait for Sephora to make a boo-boo with their 50% off sales.
Yeah.
But I don't think this is sustainable. You need to, like, it's fine to be a luxury brand, but if we look at them in the grand scheme of things, I don't think many of them are booming at this point, because their products are expensive and there's only a certain type of clientele that can afford to actually buy them.
Yeah. So you're limited already.
Yeah.
With your audience.
You've already, you've gone, right, our audience is someone with a lot of money.
Yeah, but can I say the thing that sort of I think that sort of gets me about luxury makeup in this sort of field or this sort of type. When people look at handbags, shoes, jewelry, and they look at like these really, really luxury pieces, generally people justify it because it's an investment.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Like that, you look at the history of like Chanel handbags, and the prices go up and up and up and up because it becomes a collector's piece,
or a piece of jewelry. Yeah, you know. You can on-sell it and it still maintains its value. Yeah.
Or if it's a really great piece, it goes up in value over time. It becomes an heirloom. You can pass it on to your kids and your grandkids and whatnot. Makeup, you can't do that.
No.
Makeup is like pressed pigment. Yeah, it's pressed pigment. It becomes used. It becomes grubby. And you eventually throw it out. So I don't see how this... Like, it's not... I look at Pat McGrath eyeshadows and I go, okay, yeah, it's a fun experience. You're like, oh, it's so fancy. Yeah. And there are some that are nice to swatch. Yeah. Like, wow.
And sometimes it's nice to have those luxe things. Like, you know, I still buy luxe makeup.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I probably won't ever stop. But I also know when to reel it in and go...
Not worth it.
No, it's not.
Yeah, because I also look at... call me a bit of a tight ass. Like, I spend money, but I'm also a little bit like... I like to look for like cost per gram and all this kind of stuff. I'm in the supermarket and I'm looking at what's the cost per gram.
Yeah, so do I.
Like, I do that. So when it comes to looking at a $200 eyeshadow palette, I look at it and I go, okay, I actually want it to be 3 times better than a naked palette because it's 3 times the cost.
Yeah.
And when it's not, it annoys me. Yeah. And that's where I get burnt a little bit and I'm like, fuck you. So I like the fact that they're doing this. It opens up to more people that may want to invest in her products in the future, but also you can try without having to spend hundreds of dollars investing in the product. Yeah. And in the US, I know it's a little bit different because you can return makeup. In Australia, you can't. So it's a little bit safer.
You can, but you don't get your money back. No. You get like a store credit. So the money is gone.
And you only have a limited time to do that as well.
That's right. Yeah. All right, Paul and Joe, we've got 2 new Pearl primers.
This is weird.
These are out now.
Yes.
So we have their serum-based primers with grape pearls that are crushed through the applicator to add additional moisture and a radiant luminosity to the skin.
Yeah, so there's 2 shades.
Yes.
There's 003 Pinot Noir, which is infused with pink pearls that add a natural flush, so like for a healthy glow to the skin. And there's shade 004 Muscadet.
And that balances redness.
Yeah, so it's the green grapes. Yeah. So these are inspired by wine. I saw these and I thought, fuck, caviar nails are back.
So did I. So did I.
And they look tiny.
They do look little. I'm very...
Like, look at it compared to a grape.
I know.
I'm confused.
I'm confused too. But anyway, if you want them...
There you go.
They're here.
All right, Real Techniques. This is actually technically an update. Whoops.
Oh, whoopsies.
We showed these. These were being shown by...
That's right.
I think it was Sam.
Yeah.
Sort of revealing some holiday releases. And now it's out. So these are now available at Boots UK and Ulta Beauty. So it is the new Brush Crush Life Force collection.
Sounds like something from the Marvel Universe.
True. It is sort of like the design of what were the bold metals? Bold metals, yeah, that came out years and years ago, but they've been tweaked. So the brush fibers, they go from white to blue, and the handles are sort of like an iridescent fading of colour. And they go from like orange to green to blue to purple to pink, which kind of looks cool. So the brushes that we have, there's 001 foundation brush, there's a 002 blush brush, the 003 powder brush, the 004 contour brush, and the 005 shadow brush. Now, one thing I do want to say about these, I didn't mind the bold metals brushes. They were too expensive in Australia.
I agree.
They had to reduce the prices, I believe.
Yeah, and so they should.
And so they should. But I actually prefer these because when they first came out, the shapes were strange.
Yeah.
They had a weird contour brush. They had a weird triangle foundation brush. These look a lot more practical.
They look a lot more usable. Yeah, I agree. I think the place where the original bold metals fell flat were some of the shapes and the price tag in Australia. But yeah, I agree that these are
better.
Much more conventional.
Yeah.
Which makes it much more usable.
Like that contour brush actually looks really nice. So does a blush brush. Yeah. So I think they are doing better in the things that they are releasing. I think it's a little too late though, because I feel like we're the only people that still talk about Real Techniques.
I know. And that's because it's our job.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I think 5 years ago, Real Techniques were the bee's knees.
Oh, mate, they were the bee's knees. Everyone wanted them.
Yeah. I remember I ordered, like, every single brush set, sometimes in multiples, off iHerb. And for a good period of time there, my full brush collection was Real Techniques.
Yeah.
And now I haven't got any ever since. But they brought out some cool things, like those
I
fake
still
blue
want to try
one.
Those powder blue ones.
Yeah, powder blue one.
Yeah, people say they're great.
Yeah, so, you know, they're doing good things. I just feel like it's a little too late.
Yeah. Okay, we've got something from Shiseido here. It's not something, it's many, 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 many things. So get comfy. We have the Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation. This is in 30 shades. It's $47. So they're saying it is the first in foundation that self-refreshes non-stop with active force technology. It's a long-wearing fluid foundation that synchronizes with skin and helps resist heat, humidity, oil, and facial movement to maintain a just applied flawless finish that lasts for 24 hours. Weightless, breathable, blendable, buildable. It's got a medium to buildable coverage with a fresh, natural finish. I kind of want to try it.
Yeah.
It also has an SPF of 30, which I love.
On the bottle it says 35.
Okay, all right. Interesting. Then we have the Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Concealer. This is in 16 shades. It is $31. Again, it's meant to have that technology of, I don't know, self-refreshing. And it's meant to be good for dark circles, spots, redness, and blemishes. Then there's the Gel Stick Concealer in 16 shades, $31. So this is a stick concealer. It has the Synchro Skin technology plus 3 advanced gels to create an ideal balance of comfortable and crease-resistant coverage. They're saying it can stay in place for up to 24 hours. Then we have the Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Cushion Compact Foundation. That one comes in 8 shades and it is $31. Again, it has that interesting technology. And we also have the Invisible Silk Loose Powder in 2 finishes, matte or radiant, $38 each. There's Pressed Powder, also $38. And then there is the Polishing Face Brush for $49 and a Concealer Brush for $25. So this is available now at Shiseido, Sephora US, and some other retailers. It's a huge base range.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit intrigued.
I'm intrigued as well.
There's a lot from Uemura. Let's start with the Chromatics palettes. So these come in 4 shades. We don't have a whole lot of information because they released in Taiwan and they're on the Taiwanese website, but I can't
read the information.
Read, that's correct. So they're all sort of nude palettes with pops of colour. So there's a red, a yellow, a purple, and then sort of like a grey with purple. And they're retailing for new Taiwanese dollars, 2,300. Works out to like 100 Australian bucks or 110 Australian bucks.
That's a lot.
They're
I like
expensive.
the yellow one though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, they're expensive.
Okay, Uemura also have some new lip products. So they've repackaged their existing Rouge Unlimited lipsticks and have added 2 new finishes. So they've added the Amplified, which is coming in 10 shades, and the Amplified Matte, which is coming in 23 shades. So the Rouge Unlimited Amplified formula is described as creamy with high pigmentation. It has cushion oil that helps disperse the colour pigment to give it a true to the tube colour with one swipe. And the Rouge Unlimited Amplified Matte is described as a matte finish that has a rich slip texture once again, it's got a formula that disperses the colour pigment and maintains strong pigmentation. So these are available in China and Hong Kong and launching 18th of September in Japan.
Okay, I think this is the last Uemura thing.
It's probably the coolest one too.
It is. It's pretty cool. They've teamed up with Pokemon and they're creating a PikaSHU collection.
I want this.
So this is their holiday 2019 collection. They always do a massive holiday collection each year.
Last year was chocolate.
Yes, it was.
And the year before was Mario.
Yes, and it's always hard to find.
Yes.
So this is going to be launching in 2 waves in Japan. So November 1st and then November 15th. So the items that will be launching on the 1st in Japan are the PikaSHU Eye Palette Thunder Shock. So this is a 12-pan eyeshadow palette. And then there are 2 9-pan palettes. We've got the Brick Blast and Mythical Purple.
I want these.
I want these too.
I love how they got a true yellow in there for Pikachu.
I know. Beautiful.
I love it.
So clever. Then we have the Rouge Unlimited lipsticks.
I want them.
2 limited edition shades, each in the following finishes. So there's 6 in total. We've got 2 Rouge Unlimited Amplified, Amplified Mattes, and Lacquer Shines.
Ooh, I want the Amplified Mattes. And they're cool because they've got the new packaging that we just talked about,
Yep.
but it's got these little
PikaSHU.
these little graphic,
Yeah.
like scribbly images
It's
of PikaSHU. It's so cute.
Then we have the Hard Formula Brow Pencil in Seal Brown. It's an existing shade. It's just one. And I believe it has the special, like, graphic on the handle. Then there's the limited edition packaging for the Ultimate Beauty Cleansing Oil.
I love that cleansing oil.
It's their best one, I reckon. So they've got 2 sizes, as they do every year. There's 150ml and then the gigantic 450ml, which should see you about a year of use.
Yeah, I get about 10 to 11 months of daily use with that.
Then there is the Petal 55 foundation brush. Again, it has PikaSHU on it. And the items that are launching November 15th are the Glow On Duo palettes. So there's 2 variations, and these are like blush
duos,
like cheek duos. There's a limited edition tint remover and lip conditioner. So this is, I should mention, an existing product with limited edition packaging. Again, the graphic packaging. There's a 4-piece brush set that comes with a little pouch. There is the premium makeup box. So this is one of their train cases. And then there is also an eyelash curler.
With a little keyring dangly thing on it.
Yes. There's also a pre-release of products on the 18th of October, and they're 2 sets. There's the Catch 'em All PikaSHU Lip Coffret. So this contains a bunch of mini lipsticks. There's 5 in there. And the PikaSHU Cleansing Oil Kit. These are travel size cleansing oils.
These don't have limited edition packaging.
Only the boxes have it. There is also a Pikachu plushie, or PikaSHU plushie.
Yep.
But we don't have any information about that, whether it's like a gift with purchase or for sale.
Fun. I'm going to get something from that. Definitely.
Absolutely.
I still play Pokemon Go and I love Uemura, so it is going to happen.
I love their holiday collections. They're so good.
Yeah, they do them really well.
Yeah.
All right, Sleek Makeup have released new mono highlighters. So these are exclusively available at Pretty Little Thing. And the shades are Solstice, Equinox, Cleo's Kiss Sphinx, and Love Shook Lustrous. So what these essentially are the powder blushes in the Solstice highlighting palette, but in larger single pans. So that was a very, very, very popular highlighting palette a few years ago. So if you really liked one of the shades, you didn't want to have to repurchase the highlighter palette, you can buy just the single highlighters from that. So there's essentially a pink, a gold, and a sort of peachy colour, and they're £7 each.
Excellent. From Violet Voss, we think we have something new.
Yeah, it is new.
So this is the Essentials palette. It is a 10-pan palette that has, how many mattes are in there? 5 mattes and 5 shimmers, it looks like.
Yeah.
So there's, you know, warms and cools, and then you've got some pops of like yellow.
It's
and
essential.
Green. It's essential. Yes. It's $29 US, and it's available now on their website.
Yeah, so this was sort of first released as part of the BoxyCharm September box. So if you get that, you're going to get this as like a early release, but they have launched it as well on their website. So Viseart have launched a new palette. This is a Dark Edit palette, and this is available at Beautylish already. So this is an interesting palette. So it's got 12 shades. It looks like 2 rows of matte and 1 row of shimmers. So 8 mattes, 4 shimmers, and it's very sort of fall inspired. There's some dark shades there. And then I find that I really like this palette. You've got the oranges, you've got the deep purples, you've got the mustardy olives and some cool colours in there. And then you've got what looks like bright shimmers.
Yeah.
I think this was a little bit of a missed opportunity. If you got more like murky greens and more plummy shimmery purples and a little bit more sort of rich shimmers, I would have bought the crap out of this. As it is, I think it seems a little bit jumbled.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't see myself using this one, unfortunately. However, they have been promoting the Rose Edit, and stop showing me things with one red eyeshadow, because you know I'm going to want to buy that shit.
Yeah, that's fair. The one thing I think that's pretty good about this is it's $39 US. So they're notorious for being pretty pricey, but these are smaller pans.
Yeah.
So once again, it's like a safer way to try the formula without having to invest in $100 palette. But yeah, I just think that if I just made the shimmers a little bit, like, why do they have a sea green and a pink?
I feel like the pink, and I'm going to say, like, that green, to me, it looks like such a dated colour. I don't know. Also,
They
pink.
lost me.
I feel like the more I see pink these days, the more it angers me.
Yeah.
I'm just...
But if you look at the swatches, it just doesn't seem to make sense. Like, it's not as cohesive as it looks in the pan.
Yeah. I will say this. I actually like the matte shades.
Yeah, I do as well.
I like all of the matte shades, and then when it gets into the shimmers, that's where it sort of loses me.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah.
I feel like the matte shades are like, oh, this beautiful sort of fall colour story, and then they're like, summer!
No. Yeah, I don't.
And I'm like,
I don't really like that.
Yeah, I really wish I could pull some of those out and replace them with something else, because I would have bought this otherwise.
From their other little edit palettes. They're great.
Yeah.
They're all great. Yeah. The time has come to dedicate this episode of Beauty News to a Beauty News VIP, and this week's VIP is Mishy
J. Thank you very much. Thank you for helping keep this channel going and these segments going. If you don't know what a VIP is, which Mishy J does know what it is, go your good thing. It's that member button down below.
Yes,
they help us out. It's very helpful. We love them. They're
it's
the best.
Great.
Yes.
And we will do our members live chat soon too.
Yes, we will.
Keep an eye out for that. You guys will know, because it'll come up in your
community tab. Yes.
All right, guys. We need an emoji.
Or I'm going to say the sun, because
it's
spring is today. Here and the sun is actually out for the first time.
Maybe some flowers too. Want to chuck in a flower?
Chuck in a flower. So if you made it to the end, show us via emoji, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.